really where it is really at in week one is Arizona. The Chiefs visit the Cardinals as 6-point road favorites in the highest totaled game of the opening week at 53.5. Patrick Mahomes is breaking in an entirely new receiver core, while Kyler Murray will be adjusting to life with Marquise Brown instead of DeAndre Hopkins. There's a lot going on here, Kyle, but I'll just start at the top of the Chiefs receiver core. Talk about something like we talked about like ad nauseum all summer. Like we desperately need to stop talking about, but to put a bow on it, heading into week one, do we believe JuJu Smith-Schuster is going to be a wide receiver 2 in fantasy for the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah, I do. And I think this is a team that could support a lot of guys in the wide receiver 2-3 range. I'm not sure if any of them ascend to wide receiver 1. It's been a long time since we've seen JuJu be capable of putting up wide receiver 1 numbers. But there are reasonable, I don't know if they're the correct, but reasonable excuses for him to have not done that. He was playing with a decrepit old Ben Roethlisberger. He was oft injured, and he had strong enough target competition that he couldn't just be a volume hog once they lost Antonio Brown. There was never that phase of him ascending to the wide receiver 1 clearly role. So I think the arguments for taking him or having taken him, we're done taking players now, is that we know at one point in his career, he appeared to be on track to be like one of the next great superstars. Like he had some of the best age-adjusted production. I think 23 or 100.
He's still only 22 years old.
I know. He just got his first drink, actually. Went out to the bar for the first time. It's been a while, but the talent was there at one point, and there are very reasonable reasons that it didn't get to show itself for the past 3 years, which is a long time. But I think if anyone's going to unlock it, it's Patrick Mahomes. And I think he's also the one that's going to be the most consistent, right? Sky Moore early in the season. I love Sky Moore. I was going to say as much as the next guy. I love him more than the next guy. But they were like rotating him with Justin Watson with like the third stringers. It's clear.
Will Sky Moore be part of the 46-man roster in week one? Another really
yes. No, don't you? He will be part of the active roster. Will he be part of 3 receiver sets? It's possible he's not. I totally will concede that it might be weeks 4, 5, 6, 7 at best that we're seeing him. I don't think there's any question of that for JuJu. Like I think he's clearly the top target for the first half of the season and likely the full season, other than Travis Kelce, obviously.
Danny, do you have anything to add on the Chiefs receivers? If not, should I ask you about the Cardinals receivers?
Ask me about the Cardinals receivers.
Well, I like these trying to like nail people down questions. So I asked top wide receiver 2 for JuJu Smith-Schuster, aka top 24. I'll ask you, I think we take for granted that Marquise Brown is at least a wide receiver 2 with the Cardinals. But let's say, is he a top 18 receiver? Kind of getting into that mid-range, high-end wide receiver 2 territory. And just, again, it's something we talked about a lot this summer, but what are realistic expectations for Marquise Brown right now?
I think in this game environment, I should say, very high total, could be back and forth, kind of fun for fantasy. I think that top 18 is reasonable for Marquise Brown. Now, I don't think that, or at least I wouldn't lock him in as a top 18 option week in and week out. But in this environment, I think that's okay. I've talked a lot about Rondale Moore as a top waiver wire ad this week. He was only drafted in like 25% of leagues. I think, both of those guys could be very much involved in a pass heavy game script here. So sure, Marquise Brown left Baltimore because they didn't pass it enough. And, perhaps in his first game, he kind of reaps the benefits of what he was looking for or what he was looking to get away from and gets in an Arizona offense that will throw.
I was going to ask if there are any Cardinals receivers we're interested in after Marquise Brown and Rondale Moore, but I'm just not going to do that because there's not. There's not.
Deal. I'm in.
AJ Green is still on the team, which I actually continually forget about.
So I checked the depth chart the other day when I was writing about Moore, and I was like, no, this has to be outdated. And I checked another site, and I was like, hold up. AJ Green's still on the roster.
Wait till I tell you Andy Isabella made the 53.
No, I know.
After his agent laundered trade rumors for like 2 weeks, he ended up making the team still.
Yes.
Is Antoine Wesley still on this team?
About that.
Antoine Wesley, yeah.
Yeah, he's still on the team.
Yeah.
Wow, There you go. Well, yeah, he's on IR, actually.
That is on the team, though. That is not, not on the team.
AJ Green kind of redefined no hype summer. He's just a veteran out there plugging away, put his head down. So there's no need to write about it. Of course he's going to be awesome. It's AJ Green. No, it's Rondale Moore and Marquise Brown and no one else besides Zach Ertz, who should do a pretty good Jason Witten catch and fall impersonation. The other big unsettled situation in this game, the Chiefs backfield, or is it unsettled where like there was like many ways to interpret the Isaiah Pacheco hype over the summer. I think one of the better takeaways ended up being the fact that there was so much talk about Pacheco and like Ronald Jones and Jerick McKinnon was like good for Clyde Edwards-Helaire, because it meant it was just being taken for granted by the Chiefs and the media that CEH remained the lead back. Do you guys agree with that interpretation? And let's put on record, is CEH a top 24 running back, or is he more 24 to 32 range, like a flex?
I have him as top 24 running back. I think I kind of took it the same way or similar in the same vein to you, where like the two backups that aren't what the 7th round pick, I believe Pacheco was, and Pacheco was like a 600-yard rusher at Rutgers. So he
wasn't good. And Raymond Summerlin, our dear friend, insists he is not good in very strong language.
He was last in the country by a long shot in yards per route run as well. Not a good pass catcher, not a particularly good runner in terms of his vision.
All right, cut his mic.
Athletic, and maybe he can. No, this is a pro CH podcast. Friend of the show, CH.
That's true.
I don't know. I'm sure they're friends. He probably wouldn't be happy with me trashing him, but if he was into himself in fantasy, he would love it, because the other two guys on the roster are making a combined $2.7 million this year, and they have less guaranteed money than long snappers. They're players the NFL as a collective, all 32 teams have deemed like they're kind of worth being on the 53. And one of them, Ronald Jones, may not end up being actually active on game days, right? Because he isn't any special teams utility. So to me, the fact that they have this quagmire of seemingly not good backups, to me, is really bullish for CH. And the Cardinals were not good against the run last year.
No.
They had the highest rate of 10+ yard carries run against them. And that's perfect for CH, because he needs those sort of freebies to look good. We need to get him off hot, because if he starts off slow, I do think, among the players we are excited to take as top 24 running backs, at least I am, he'd have a shorter leash among them. So I want him to get off hot, and this is the good matchup to do it in.
We're back to me saying run funnel, and that's kind of what the
how we missed it.
Yeah, I know. I missed it. I haven't said it at all. Wait, no, not now, Pat. Cardinals became a run funnel. Let's see, the Chiefs implied total has actually risen by 1.5 this week. They're up to 29.5. I think CEH is a really safe, like low end RB2 with some more upside. Jerick McKinnon is not going anywhere. He is going to catch passes. He is going to run routes, but CEH should get goal line touches, be involved in the green zone. I do like CEH this week.
It's a really interesting game because it's just such a good game environment and scoring environment, but it's just like kind of unclear who the fantasy options are on the Chiefs beyond the CEH, beyond JuJu. And then as we saw in the Cardinals, just not a deep offense. So it is clear who the options are for the Cardinals, but there's like not any like diamonds in the rough basically with the Cardinals. So I would say it's a game to like attack and for like tie breaking purposes if you can't decide who to start, but it's just kind of, it's actually not, despite the great game environment, it's not a very deep like fantasy player environment just yet.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBC Sports and Rotoworld.com. Just want to thank you so much for watching what you just watched, or at least being too lazy to click out of it after the autoplay just kept it going. So either way, thank you so much for just letting it scroll by your screen. And now I'd like to ask you respectfully, please subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel for the latest NFL news, fantasy headlines from Rotoworld, and betting analysis from NBC Sports Edge.